tell you what, it's really cool to have this incredibly modern, up-to-date technology that's absolutely mind-blowing, really, what they've done with it. And you've got this 50-plus-year-old guitar. This is a 1967 ES355. To bring it to life through those headphones, that is amazing. I love what technology can do, as long as it's not too fiddly, and that's what I'm going to find out. Hi guys, James here. Thank you for coming to watch. And today I am unboxing and having a first use of the Boss Waza Air headphones. Now, about 5 months ago, I guess, when things started turning to shit, really, and my wife had to start working at home, we decided it might be a good idea if I could play my guitar somehow discreetly. And I came upon these headphones, which I saw a few videos about at the time, and they seemed really interesting. Put the order in. In fact, my wife bought them for me, I guess, to save her sanity. Unfortunately, they took about 5 months to turn up. I guess they were super popular, and obviously manufacturing and things has been really tough during this time. So today they finally turned up. We're now in the middle of August, and I thought we'd have a quick look, a first listen. Now, is this the most useless video on YouTube? Yeah, possibly. But on the other hand, the listening experience is one thing. I can tell you what that feels like. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to hear. I don't have a special sort of microphone to capture that. I don't think you can record these onto something. And but on the other hand, the usability and the feeling of the headphones and the quality of them, I can tell you about that. So here we go. They come in this quite nice box. I've already downloaded the app from the App Store, which doesn't get good reviews, so that's a bit worrying. But often these sort of things don't get good reviews. So, what do we have? We have like a mini USB cable. And then some very cheap feeling plastic here. I've owned, decent headphones, Sony WHMX2s, whatever those are called. Bose Quiet Comforts. They're reasonably cheap compared to these, sort of like quite a bit cheaper. And got to say, so far, this feels very utilitarian, but they're packing a lot in here, so we'll find out whether it's good value for money. Okay, there's a little owner's manual. We'll see if we ever read that. Might have to with this one. Looks a bit complicated. Aha. Those look nice. They feel... Again, not too impressed by the packaging here, but... Oh, they're quite heavy. Nicely heavy, I would say. What do we get in here? We basically get the sort of receiver unit that goes into the guitar. We'll get back to that in a second. And we get the headphones, which have an on switch and volume by the look of it. Some dials. They're pretty cool, actually. They've got this cool dial here, this sort of silver one. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a nice feeling to it. The foam is quite soft feeling. Again, it's a really warm week and very humid, so I'm sweating. So my new headphones are going to get nice and sweaty. That's nice. But okay, they've got a significant feeling to them, which is better than I was thinking. It could be a bit plasticky, but no, they feel pretty good. They look like they got plenty of stretch. Just don't want to break them. Okay, let's just put them on to see how comfortable they are. This is the left-hand side. Oh. That feels comfortable. It's soft. I'd say they're a bit nicer than my Quiet Comforts or my Sony WH blah blah blah. Okay, so I've got the app on here and I'm going to screen record it. And let's see if I can figure it out. It might be complicated. Okay. So, step 1, activate Bluetooth function on your smartphone. On. Tap the Bluetooth MIDI device below and select the device to pair from the list. So let's turn the headphones on. Okay. Seems pretty simple so far, which is good. It says connected. And there's a little blue light. I don't know if you can see that on here, but it's pretty straightforward. Go back. Select the device below and here we go. It's doing something. All right, I guess we just, let's hope this has some charge. I have no idea if it does. If not, I guess I'll be back later. Let's plug this into something. Okay, the green lights come on here. I can hear something. No way. Guys, I can attest to the fact that it does work. I've literally had the product in the house for about 10 minutes. I came and set the cameras up, unboxed it here, turned the app on. It's all very smooth, and I hope I'm not speaking too loudly. In the ear, it's really ambient sounding, so I'm guessing there's quite a lot of reverb. So there's a gyro thing. I don't think I've got it turned on, so I'm going to leave that for a minute until I'll probably do it at the second video where I know a bit more about it. That was a clean sound. I'm just going to have a go with one other sound so I can tell you. There's one called brown. That's a sort of crunchy overdrive sound. And then on here I could turn on, I'm turning off, turning down the presence. Let's turn on the reverb. So it sounded like there was reverb already. Ah. That is crazy. It's pretty impressive. Now, why have I bothered to even make this little video? Because that's as far as I think I should bother keeping those on. I will do a little follow-up maybe in a month or so, just to let you know if it's still, you know, if I've learned any more about it, if I can sort of master them. Let me just turn off the screen recording. But my first impressions are, it feels reasonably well made. They look quite vulnerable, don't they? I mean, they've got a sort of cable. They've got these cables sticking out here. And being the sort of person I am, reasonably clumsy, a bit worried about catching those on something. But they've got really nice, deep sort of cups here. I mean, I've got medium to big size ears, super comfortable just for that couple of minutes, but I can feel the top of my head, so I need to play around with the sizing, I guess, but I'll figure out if they're comfortable and let you know. In terms of the sound, I can't say so far, literally in that 1 minute, that it's lived up to any of my other equipment, but then it's cost a lot less and it's offering me something completely different. I'm actually moving house next week, and we're going to go through a renovation project for the next 6 months, where during the day I will be monitoring the builders, getting on with my work. But I always practice the guitar in the day sometime, normally for an hour or so, and then I make a video during the day normally. I'm going to have to film in the evening, practice during the day, in what will be a loud environment. So these headphones offer a perfect solution. And I've also often thought, you know, what if I'm traveling around in future, my wife and I would love to go traveling, you know, for a decent length of time, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, that I could take, you know, a nice Squire or Epiphone or something with me and take that, and I could just practice and not have to be completely silent, because there are all those other dynamics that come into play when you amplify your guitar that you can learn to control, you know. Controlling loud volume by using muting on either hand is really important. And I just think that the feedback you get, not feedback like close to an amp feedback, that you get by knowing how dynamic your fingers are and how they're working, well, you know, that comes through when you're using something like this. And I remember Mary Spender saying when she tested hers out, and I thought this was pretty smart, that actually when you go and test out guitars in a guitar shop, it's so nerve-wracking, isn't it? Because you know, people sort of watching and you think they're listening. I mean, probably they don't care. But the other thing is that you often pick up various guitars off the racks. You sort of look at them for a second. For me personally, you get that moment of shyness, and you sort of pick up an expensive one, you put it back. You pick up something else, you put it back. You don't know what to... And also you don't want to ask someone to go and try out an amp. It could be really busy. Well, this way, as she said, as Mary Spender said, just chuck this thing in. It's super light. I mean, it doesn't weigh anything, really. And it does... Oh, look, you can test whether it's got battery, I guess, or that... Sorry, that's obviously the on switch, isn't it, when it's plugged in. But you can see if it's got battery. It's just a little, sort of, little pushy thing on the end there. So my first impressions are that they could be a useful tool. Don't expect, I imagine, and just from that first sound, to get the best tone you've ever heard. If you're used to playing through nice amps, then don't expect that this will sound like a modelling amp of some sort. But I'm not very experienced with that sort of thing, so I'm going to play around with it. Alright guys, it's just a short one for today. I hope you enjoyed that, maybe learnt something new, a new product you hadn't heard of that could be really useful for a lot of people. And we'll see you on the next one. If you want to see more reviews like this, as well as other sorts of guitar videos, amplifiers, pedals, that sort of thing, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. See you next time.